All right. So I'm just going to present my screen so that we continue. Okay, I assume every one of us can see my screen. Okay, so this is what Figma workspace look like. Okay, can we all see my screen? Quick question. Please can respond in the chat. Okay, some people cannot, some people can. So I want to be sure we can see my screen. So I'm currently sharing my screen. I'm currently sharing the Figma workspace. Okay, how can you access this Figma workspace that I'm looking at? So just go to figma.com. So figma.com is spelled Figma, figma.com. Yes, this session will be recorded. Ayodeji, thanks for asking. So this section would be recorded. Right, so if you're not familiar with Figma, quickly go to figma.com, create your account, and yes, just continue from where we are. So what I just did now is open a blank Figma screen. So please, if we are not talking, Rashid, please can you stay muted until you, yeah, okay. Oluwatosin, you mentioned you cannot hear me. I don't know if you can hear me now. Is there any other person having difficulty hearing me? I want to be sure. Someone else asks, as the meetings. All right, someone's saying the meeting started. All right, thank you very much, Jane. Really appreciate. Okay, so here is Figma. So what is Figma? Figma is a very wonderful collaborative tool that I use as a designer in order to get all my UI screen done. So why I love Figma so much is because of these collaborative features it has and the other amazing features you can actually get from it. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share this particular link with us, and I want us all to join this design board with me. All right, so let's see. Yes, this class would be very basic. I can assure you that for those of you that do not have any design experience, yes, it's going to be very basic. However, I won't be taking so much about our design concepts and all of that. Yeah, you can always read about that or like watch like several other YouTube videos. I'll be concentrating more on how to design faster with Figma. Yeah, so I can see a lot of us already joining the board. Okay, so I'm just going to create a sweet hotspot here for us. So as soon as you join the board, let me see your cursor near this purple circle. Let's just create a hotspot here near this purple circle.
I'm sorry, can I ask you a question?
Hi. Yes, please go ahead.
My name is Mamadou. I'm a software engineer, but I don't have any experience in design.
Okay.
So if you go Figma, like, can you show us how to open the document and stuff like that? Because I might not know that too. Because I see you already have an ellipse and everything. I don't know how you even get there.
Okay. All right. So let's see how fast I can just take the basics about how Figma work and all that for those of us that are completely new to design. Okay, so as I mentioned, so the first thing is first you need to create a Figma account, and you can do that by going to figma.com. Figma is spelled Figma.com. Once you do that, you can always just click on the register account button, fill in your email address, your name, and a few other steps, and you would be you'll be logged into your Figma account. Basically, you should see a very like blank canvas sort of if you are new to Figma. Let me know. I am
I already
Mamadou.
did that. I just want to know, how did you get that circle over there in the cover? Is it some? Because I don't know how you did that. If you want to
Okay.
start over
All right.
a
So,
brand new page with Figma.
all right. Have you been able to like get this blank page? I want to be sure you've been able to get to this point.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to know, how to get it. How did you get that page?
Okay, you don't know how to get to this particular to open this new page, right? This new page.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so let's see what I can do. Basically, I'm not supposed to cover how to get started with Figma, but I think I'll just have to do that. So have you been able to create your account? I want to be sure where you're at.
Yes. I already created my account and everything. Right now, I just need to get that page, and then I can follow up.
Okay, so if you've created your account, you should be seeing something similar to let's see, yeah, to something similar to this, like your
Yes.
drafts, right?
That's yes.
Okay, so if you can see this, all you have to do is click on this plus icon at the top right, or this plus icon beside drafts.
Okay, I got it. Yep.
Can you see that?
That's cool. Yes.
All right, so once you do that, a new file will open. That was what I just did. Yes, so this is what a new file looks like. And to draw a new shape, all you have to do is if you look at the top left, you see
Yes.
yeah, you see a bunch of like tools that are readily available for you to make use of. So here is the shape tool. I just picked an ellipse from there and I dragged. So you just pick an ellipse and drag. So there are like several tutorials or several videos that talks about okay how to actually get started with Figma. Probably I'll be covering that in some
Yeah, you can
series,
go
but
ahead. Go
okay.
ahead. No,
All right.
thank you.
So I want a couple of more people to join me on this board. I can see just 2 people on this board currently. So I shared the link in the comment section. I don't know, are we having difficulty joining? All right, so I need a few more people on the board, so I would continue. Okay, so yes, we want to basically go into okay designing really fast on Figma. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'll be talking about okay the blush plugin. So Figma has this really cool feature that's called plugins. So with plugins, it actually helps you do a lot of things faster. So there are thousands and thousands of plugins you can get on the Figma platform. As you can see on my own end, I already have like a lot of plugins attached to my account. But in the case where you don't already have plugins attached to your account, right? All you have to do is right click on any part of your board, right? You see plugins. So in plugins, um you're going to see manage plugins. For those of us that do not have so much or so many plugins yet, you're going to see manage plugins. All you have to do is click on that, manage plugins. So the plugin we're looking for right now is Blush app. So it's called the Blush app plugin, and what the Blush app plugin does is it has thousands, or like it has a lot of illustrations that you can quickly integrate into your designs at any point in time. So that is what the Blush plugin helps you with. So I already have Blush plugin installed somewhere, um like into my I already have Blush plugin installed into my app, or into my Figma app. So I'm just going to show, for those of us that are just joining, right, how to install it. So once you're on this page, you can easily either search, right, just search for Blush plugin. Yeah, anywhere on the Figma search, you should be directed to the community page of Blush. If you're not getting how to like install that particular plugin using that, you might want to check out another video I made on YouTube. I talked about how to actually install the plugin. So I'll need us to install the plugin first. So let me just show you a view of what yeah, this looks like. So this is what the Blush app plugin looks like, right? So it's just a way to create and customize illustrations in your designs, like using this Blush app. It has a collections of different illustrations, right, to help you design really fast, like very fast, without having to even leave your Figma board. So that other types of plugins, there's some plugins that helps you with your text, that help you with your icons, that help you with your colors, and a lot of other things. So you might want to explore plugins a lot when you are designing. So what do we want to do today? We just want to create some simple, really fun and exciting onboarding screen. So I was looking through LinkedIn a couple of days ago, and I saw this really nice onboarding screen that someone did, and I said, okay, let's see how we can replicate that in about 10 minutes or less than that. So I don't know if you're ready to go into that. If we are, let's just jump into it. So the very and most important thing when designing, right, is your frame. So there are different types of frames. Right now we're creating using a mobile frame. So I'm just going to be choosing an iPhone 11 Pro or an iPhone X like frame. That's a 375 by 812 like frame. So this is like the first frame. Let me just so I'm going to be having let's say three screens of varying colors. So we all know what like onboarding screens normally like contain, right? So one is going to have like an image or an illustration. It's going to have a simple text, right? It's going to have a simple text, and it's going to have a button. So let's quickly like make use of or like draw out wireframes of some sort. All right, so this would be my image. There will be my text here. um, And lastly, my button. As I said, I'm not really um, teaching us like how to design, or how to design like very fast. Okay. um, so this is basically what my onboarding page is going to consist of, right? An image, a text, and a button, right? And the image is going to be like, oh, illustrations and all that, like different things that's going to help make our designs look really great. So the first thing I want to do is create different backgrounds for my screens. I want them to have like some colorful backgrounds. Let's see this. So the screen one, screen two, I'm gonna do the same thing. Um, therefore screen three. Let's try something. This. Okay, so where does the blush plugin come in? So right now I'm going to right click. I'll go to plugins. I want to bring in an illustration, so I'm going to go to um, blush. So this is where my blush plugin comes in. So clicking on blush, you just wait for it to load a bit. Your internet needs to be connected, and then you get to see like all of the plugins you have. Okay, so these are the different plugins I would like to try out. Yes, so this is what um, the plugin, the illustrations looks like. So depending on what you want to do, you can always choose like different things from all of this. Whether you want a scene that has just one character or more than one. At the same time, you can always randomize what you want your character to be doing. So I want us to be seeing the changes as I'm making them. So as I'm making change to my illustration here, you can see that it's actually changing as well on my designs, right? So um so there are different ways to make use of all of these illustrations here. So I want to like change what the background has. I don't want this to actually have any background, so I want to like remove the background. All right, so this is something I'm looking at. um yes, so let me change what that looks like. Skin color, this would do. Okay, so one mistake I made is I put it into the entire like rectangle instead of like putting it into um the smaller rectangle that I want it to be in. So I'm just going to change that and um, just copy properties and paste it here. So for my next screen, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick a someone sitting this time around and not with the gifts. So Blush plugin gives you like a way to have like thousands of like a lot of illustrations to pick from at a go without having to think about, okay, how do I change this? Like any change you make um actually just shows on the designs almost immediately, so you don't have to be bothered about, okay, this is what I want this to look like, or you're already seeing the change immediately you make it. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing I did here. Just going to copy the properties. So I don't know if we're still listening. So if you have any questions, please just like hold on to them. I'm going to be taking questions very soon. I'm taking questions very soon. So let's say these are my three what they call it now, illustrations that are ready to go out. I can do some other fun stuff to make the background creative, um like adding some ellipse around it. I'm just trying to play around with everything that's happening. Let's see. Yes, I'm adding my sample image or sample text. All right, so let's see. So designing can actually like be pretty fast and um, easy at the same time. It depends on the tools you have ready available to yourself, right? So if you make use of tools that can make these things faster, then it's going to help. So all I'm doing here, I'm making use of like different shapes, um, making use of different shapes um, at different points in times. The times when I use rectangles, the times when I use squares, stars, like all to express like the same thing. So the major thing I wanted to show us is how to make use of the blush plugin in order to get like different illustrations. So depending on what you're trying to achieve in terms of illustrations or the type of look you're trying to get, you can always get that using this blush like plugin. So comments, questions. So I don't know if someone was looking at the time as of when I started and how long it took me. Though with the explanation it might take me a lot more, but if you were just designing it on your own, you should be able to like complete this in less than 10 minutes. So are there any questions? So the major questions I want to know if you have is, okay, like about like getting this blush plugin and being able to use it um as fast as you can. So I'm actually using the free account of this blush plugin right now just to show you what you can do even with the free account. They already have like access to the paid account thanks to Pablo Stanley, who is the creator of uh, blush plugin. So let me know questions. So first of all, what I did was I just drafted out how my design would look like. So okay, there'll be an image, there'll be a text, there'll be a button. Okay, then with the image was when I now used this blush plugin for my illustrations. and I added some other things to make it fancy, to make it look nicer, and all of that, just so my background isn't just like super empty. So are there questions? I want to be sure if I want to take questions in a few minutes. Were you able to learn one or two things? If it's something you want to try on your own, is it something you'll be able to try? Um, okay, so for buttons, which is the right thing to use? Draw out a frame or a rectangle? For me, I use either. You can use a frame, you can use a rectangle. Sometimes I just draw out a rectangle and I add my text, then I group it. Then if there's a need, I make it a component. But most times I just start out with the rectangle and make it a component at the end once I'm done. Like with my buttons. So either way, anyone that works for you. I like using rectangles a lot, but some people also love using frames as well. So frames, rectangles. Frames are like your go-to tool, so you can as well use frames. So Jane is asking, how am I able to switch the onboarding screen indications to small and big circles? Okay. All right, so that's very easy. So with a feature on Figma, so you see these small circles in here, right? They allow you to easily switch between elements. So take for instance, even if I want to switch um this text and this button, I can easily switch their position using this as well. So Figma allows you to do that. So with Figma you can actually design like 5 times as faster than designing with like any other tool. So it's cool that you use tools that can make your work really efficient, so that you don't end up like spending so much time designing or getting like your idea out there. So you spend lesser time actually getting your idea out there and iterating faster. So all of these things help you. Okay, so instead of having to still go elsewhere, look for images, then come back, import them into the app and all that, you can always do all of these things in the app. As I said, there are also other amazing plugins. I got endless plugins right now, right? Even on Figma that you can make use of, right? And yeah, it's always fun to try out things that can actually make you design faster and better. So let's see if we can prototype this real quick before we go on, so we see how it looks while prototyping. Okay, so for my prototype, so I'm going to use, all right, so on drag, I'm just going to do a quick prototype. So on drag, it goes to the next frame. On click, it should go to the next frame as well. On tap, it should go to the next frame. Likewise, so on drag, so let me see if I should smart animate this. Think I should. So on drag, let's see, smart animate. Yeah, so this last one. So let me see my prototype settings. Yeah, I've already picked the frame. So let's see what this will look like uh on my prototype. All right, so I have a black text here. I have a feeling I should change this black text to white. I don't know who else agrees with me, but I've been looking at it for quite a while now, and yes, I feel I should change that to white. I think it's gonna come out better if I change this text to white. So let's try it out. So I didn't really focus so much on fonts, but let's see. I can try out some nice fonts. Let's just use Montserrat. So let's make this white. All right, so this needs to go back to being black. All right, now that I've changed my text now exactly, so look at what it looks like. So on drag, it changes to this, it changes to this. So on drag it changes to this, on drag it changes to this. So that is like how to like design really fast using like Figma and the blush plugin. So I'm going to take in a few more questions. Okay, maybe change the medium to both. Okay. So can I change the font weight on the onboarding text? All right, let's see. All right, so I have regular. So let me change it to medium, like I tried to do, and see how it turns out. Yeah, so with Figma you can also see that all my like design changes are appearing like immediately, even on the prototype. So you can see the change like almost like immediately, as long as your internet is good. Even right now on Figma you have offline, you can also save your work offline now. Like the features they keep adding to Figma are always very exciting. So please, I want us all to try out Figma and the blush plugin. I want to see the amazing things you come up with, like even for your website designs that make use of like a lot of illustrations. I want you to try to do something really nice with um the blush plugin, and let me know about it. Let me know about your experience, whether it made your work faster, whether it helped you save some time and all of that. So just share experience with me on LinkedIn. Yes. Feel free to also ask your questions. So I'll be sending the link to this recording as soon as I get it uploaded. Let me see if there are any more questions. Okay, so no new questions. Thank you all so much for joining this session. It's been an amazing time with you all. I really had fun. So for those of us just starting out with designs, yes, please, I'm going to like make some other like maybe sessions for like entire beginners, like total beginners that are just starting out with design, just to share one or two things to help them get started quickly. All right, thank you all for joining this session with me. I look forward to your feedback. So just leave a feedback for me on LinkedIn, how you want me to improve on this session, or a couple of other things you would like me to work on. So thank you all for joining. It's been an amazing session with you all. Have a wonderful time. Yeah, thank you. Akinshete, thank you. Ade, thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Mamadou. Thank you, Olatola. I can see you all here. All right, Glorious, I can see you. Thank you for joining the session. Bye, everyone. So I'm going to like still give access to this particular Figma link in the description of the video once it's uploaded. Bye, everyone.